Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Speaking Nerd Podcast, the place to talk about all things comics, movies, TV, video games, and everything nerdy. So, this is kind of an impromptu podcast because of, well, okay, so I was not here for the podcast recording that Swifty and AJ did, Batman Ultra 7. And they did the episode. They had a good time talking about the Flash, and but the issue with that was that it picked up Swifty's audio just fine. But as for AJ, there was literally nothing. Like, you couldn't hear a single thing he said. He was talking for sure, but it just didn't pick up. And that it's kind of a shame because even though I had plans and I was out of the house while they were doing the podcast, I really wanted to hear the conversation and, upload it for you guys, of course. So once again, to AJ and Swifty, I'm sorry, but there was just nothing I could really do about it or to try and fix it. So here we are. So there's some news that I kind of just wanted to go over and, have a little bit of fun with it. So we've got, movie news, we got comic book news, and I figured we'd start out with the topic that they talked about, which was The Flash, which is finally in production. They're starting filming, and from all accounts, it seems that everything is going okay, and even Michael Keaton is involved in the movie, which all of us were kind of worried about since, he was talking about the fact that he wasn't actually sure if he was going to appear in The Flash. And then all these rumors came about that they were trying to get Christian Bale in the movie as a kind of replacement. So, but it seems from, the teases that Andy Mussolini, I think his name is. Sorry if I just butchered the hell out of that name. Not only did they show off a kind of little teaser snippet showing off the Flash logo and basically like what the costume is kind of entailing, very, very high tech and much more faithful to, the Flash and a little bit closer to the comic book design, but Mussolini also had, or Muschietti, I think. Muschietti, yeah. He showed off a couple of pictures on Instagram. One of them was the interior of the Batfleck, the Ben Affleck Batmobile. And the other one was like the very front of it, of the Keaton Batmobile. So it pretty much seems that Michael Keaton is in the movie, and I'm kind of glad about it because, they were really promoting it really promoting it with the fact that, we are going to be exploring different worlds of the DC universe. And if you saw the kind of teaser promo from DC Fandom, the concept art, they had Michael Keaton's Batman in mind, so I'm glad that they're finally, going forward with that and fulfilling that rather than, just having it be up in the air on whether he's going to be in the movie or not. So, that's all good. So I have a little bit more hope in the movie. I was kind of worried with all the kind of, stuff that was coming out about it. There was some exciting stuff like the Supergirl casting, but then also, some other decisions that seemed very strange to me. And of course, the whole, Michael Keaton not really sure stint, I guess. But everything's looking like it's going good, and I'm excited. So anyway, next up, I wanted to kind of talk about the big trailer of the week, which was Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. which is a movie that's coming out in September. So that's really awesome, especially for me because September is the month I was born on. So anyway, they released a teaser trailer, and by all accounts, it looks pretty awesome. The very kind of kung fu esque, which come to expect from Shang Chi. I don't really know a whole lot about this character, but from the trailer and from what we got with the actors and stuff, it sounds pretty interesting. And I'm more excited than I was during the Comic-Con announcement because I didn't know what to make of it. And for months, we didn't really get a whole lot of anything. They just kind of left us in the dark on that. And then finally we get this teaser on the actor who plays Shang Chi. I can't remember his name at the moment, but it was on his birthday, which, seems appropriate. So, but overall, it was a great teaser trailer, and really excited to finally get to know more about this character and also see more of the real Mandarin finally, after we've been teased for so long. With the, all hail the king short, and, they basically just abandoned that for years on end. It's going to be strange to see the Mandarin not take on Iron Man, but, since they're so closely tied together, but I'm still excited to see him nonetheless, and, see more of kind of his organization and, his criminal activities. So, anyway, I'm just going to move on to the next point, which was a couple of castings for MCU projects, one of which being Thor Love and Thunder, and the other one being Secret Invasion, which is not really sure who the character is specifically, but I'm going to kind of talk about that here in a second. So the first one that is brought to our attention is for Thor Love and Thunder, which, full, cast, whole star-studded cast of individuals for this movie. Some returning players and also some new people. And this one is definitely a new person that we haven't seen before. But Russell Crowe is in the movie, and he's going to be playing Zeus. So this seems pretty interesting to me because, I'm not really in tune with Marvel's kind of Norse mythology, or Greek mythology, I should say. The only real character that I know out of that is Hercules, which I like him a lot. I really like Hercules' his character in the Marvel universe. So it seems like they're kind of just laying the seeds down for maybe a Hercules movie, or just getting to see those characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it makes me curious who is going to be playing Hercules, because Hercules is typically a big kind of muscle bound guy. So I'm curious where they go in that direction, but honestly, I'm really excited about it. And but besides this casting, which Russell Crowe, phenomenal actor, the other casting news has really got me curious. So Emilia Clarke, who full well her character in Game of Thrones, the Mother of Dragons, Daenerys Targaryen, like that, all that. She is going to be playing a character in Secret Invasion. They didn't say who her character was, but I have an idea who it might be, just from the story itself. So I'm thinking that she's going to be playing Queen Lavera, or the Skrull Queen, who is mostly kind of a bad guy in the comics. So I have a feeling that instead of playing like a shield agent or kind of a throwaway character, they're going to make her turn Emilia into like a larger than life person. And I feel that the Skrull Queen would be right up her alley. I know that some other people were throwing names around. I can't remember which ones exactly. I think one of them said that like Jessica Drew or something like that. But I don't think that they're going to go that with someone like Emilia Clarke. I think they're going to go like full tilt bad guy. And but I'm curious who they cast her as. But I'm curious when they do finally tell us who she's playing. I want everyone to come back to this video and see if I was right or not about it. But I leave that up to you, the viewers. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I'm getting more and more excited about, the kind of future of, Phase 4 and, all these projects coming up, because WandaVision, really enjoyed the hell out of it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I have been enjoying a whole lot, and I can't wait for that final episode to come out. And, all things are pretty much looking up from most of everything we're seeing. Black Widow, give or take, but it seems that, we're heading in a good direction with Marvel. A very interesting one. Okay, the next thing I kind of wanted to talk about, and this is more of a me thing, but there is a Hulu series coming out for MODOK, and it's basically a stop motion kind of animation series that they're putting out in Hulu. And from the teaser images and the clips they put out online, and now recently this trailer, I am really excited to watch it. And I don't have Hulu. Like, we don't have Hulu in Canada, so I don't know how I'm going to watch it, but I know for a fact that I am going to watch it when it does come out. MODOK has been like getting a lot of attention lately. Like, he's getting his own series on Hulu. He's basically the main villain of the Avengers game. So, they're probably going to put him in a movie at some point. So I'm curious to see what they do with that. And, by all accounts, the show looks really funny. I'm really digging the kind of animation style they have for it. Patton Oswalt is, a geek at heart, and I love him as a person and an actor. So, he seems really appropriate for the character of MODOK. And, by all accounts, it's looking like a lot of fun. And, they are going to be kind of incorporating the Marvel Universe into the show, like they have in the last little bit of the trailer. Iron Man shows up, so there's basically, they could bring in anybody. And yeah, honestly, like, I don't know what else more to say. Looks a whole lot of fun, and can't wait to watch it. So the last kind of couple things I wanted to bring up were some comic books that are coming out this year, and I'm like excited but also worried about a couple of them. But I'm going to start this off by talking about Sinister War. Nick Spencer, I think, has been doing a really good job with Spider-Man. I've been keeping up with his run, and from what I've seen, I've been really enjoying it. And now he's tackling the whole kind of Sinister Six thing. So from the looks of it, it's going to be two teams of the Sinister Six kind of coming together, or either they're fighting each other or something. Yeah, it looks interesting, and I'm going to try my best to read it. But The next kind of comic I wanted to talk about was Superman, Son of KalEl, which is basically Jonathan Kent taking up the mantle of Superman, which I'm not sure if this is supposed to be kind of present day or like future state or something. I haven't really been keeping up with DC Comics as of late, but you know, I was there during Rebirth, at the start of Rebirth, and I really did like Jonathan Kent as a character, so I might check it out. But by all accounts, it looks good. So hopefully they do a good job on the run, and glad to see they're kind of incorporating Jonathan more into stuff. So anyway, the last comic that I wanted to talk about was Justice League Infinity, which is a comic continuation of the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. Now, I'm kind of worried about this because of, you know, mostly for DC's front. I don't really have a problem with the creative team. You know, the writers mostly been involved with the kind of DC animated movies, which reminds me, if you've not checked out the video I did talking about DC animated films, kind of ranting about them lately, you should go check it out. But I'm more worried because their track record as of lately with taking, kind of doing new things with, you know, the DC animated universe. I don't think I really need to say anything about Batman Harley Quinn. That's pretty much speaks for itself. Justice League versus the Fatal Five, I have not seen it, but apparently it does, you know, it did well, I think. But and then Batman the Avengers Continue, which I kept up with for most of its run, and it's not the greatest, honestly, but yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm excited, but I'm also worried on how this is going to be done and how DC's going to try and market it. But by all accounts, it could be a good time. It could be, you know, a flop. We don't know, but we'll just have to see by the time the comic does come out. But anyway, man, that's going to be it for today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I may or may not do a video Friday, depending on if there's any news that comes out, or maybe, you know, we talk about Mortal Kombat or something, if, you know, we keep that to next week or whatever the case. But so stay tuned Sunday if there is a video on that. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share all that fun stuff. Be sure to follow us all down below on our YouTube channels and Twitters, and stay tuned for the content I have coming up on my channel, because I may or not have a video for Monday, and also there's just you know, I'm working really hard to get that Arkham Knight review, get some work done on that, but it's just a lot of stuff has been happening recently. So anyway, I hope you all have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.